let's do some NAT. We have our existing topology with the inside and outside IP address unchanged. And I have added two more interfaces on the firewall, one DMZ with 172.16.1.1 as an IP address, and one guest network that is an isolated guest network for internet access that do not have access to any internal resources. I also have two remote VPN networks, one for clients, 10.0.99, and one remote LAN-to-LAN VPN tunnel, and the remote end is 10.0.1.0. It's a subnet in the remote end. I have the following requirements. We need to have outbound internet access for inside and DMZ and hide those behind the public IP address of .201. We also want to have outbound IP access from the guest network, but hidden behind another public IP address of 202. The reason for that is to see if it is the guest network or the internal resources that are on the internet because they have different public IP addresses. We also have a DMZ server, which has IP address of 172.16.1.100 that should be statically NATed to a public IP address of 10.192.168.210. We do the same with another one with DMZ IP address .200 that should be statically NATed to .220. We have inbound HTTP traffic to two different public IP addresses on the outside on port 80 that should be statically NATed to two different ports on one single IP address on the DMZ. Let's start doing that. We can see first of all that I have added the interfaces here. Show interface IP brief is a good command to list the current IP addresses of the interfaces. So I see that I have an outside, inside DMZ and the guest network. Show run interface. We see the configuration of the physical interfaces 0 to 3. We start with a simple configuration. We want to do a hide NAT of, let's say, what's the requirement? We should have hide NAT for the inside and DMZ and hidden behind the 201 IP address. We look at the show run NAT, the current NAT configuration. We see that we have already created a hide NAT, but we want to change that slightly. We want to change that one. It's for the inside network. It should be changed to be hidden behind the .201, not the interface address. We take this configuration, copy paste, and put the IP address of 10.192.168.201. We also want to do the same for the DMZ subnet, for the entire DMZ subnet. To do that, we need to create the object network DMZ subnet 172.16.1.0.255.255.250. And NAT, not inside here, but DMZ, outside. Remember, it's on the DMZ, it's another subnet. From DMZ to outside, dynamic, and 10.192.168.201. Let's see the requirements once more. Outbound internet access for inside and DMZ, NAT behind .201. We do that. And we get a warning because that pool is already being used, but it's just a warning, so it doesn't really matter. Next one, we need to do a hide NAT for the guest network. It's the 192.168.1. We have not created an object for that, so we do that. Object, network, guest net, or whatever. Subnet 192.168.1.0. And we do a NAT between guest net and outside that is dynamic and hidden behind 10.192.168.202. Show run NAT. So we have created a NAT for inside network, for DMZ, and for guest network. They're all dynamic, and the guest network is using the public IP of 202, the other one 201. Look at the requirements. So we have solved this and this. Let's see what's next here. We need to create a static NAT for DMZ. To do that, we need to create some objects. We will do that in the next video.